All right, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're in the world. Tonight's another edition of Darkness in Dublin, Vampire Edition, Sabbat subsection, where a brand new, relatively new member of the Sword of Cain in the city is finding his way to the Elysium so that he can at least be like, hey, I'm a horseman, probably gonna need a pack soon, that sort of thing. So did you read the setting notes that I put for the Sabbat, for the main Elysium in the city, which is not just Sabbat, it's for basically everybody?
No, I didn't get to read that one over.
Okay. It is a amphitheater, one that does get closed off to the public. There are times when the public is allowed in, at which point the Silence of the Blood is, of course, maintained. Very strict rules go over how things are supposed to happen in Elysium. This is not like it's not like a rant or Sabbat or a gathering site. It's just, this is Elysium, no violence, no weapons, no politics, but hey, there are always politics in the Elysium. So, all right, as you walk in, you'll notice that the stage is empty, but off to where the orchestra pit would be is a group of about 6 guys. They have what looks like a keg, and they've got like cups, and it's been primed. Not a lot of people here. It looks like it's a slow night. You notice that they appear to be smoking something.
All right, Harold will slowly walk up to him. His hands are in his pocket. He's dressed in a kind of how do I say? It's like a track suit with a hoodie, although his hoodie's down. He'll just raise a hand, waving, trying to get their attention.
Right. You smell something unusual when you get close to them. It smells like a combination of blood and pot. All right. So, sorry, go ahead.
No, he'll just make the gesture of sniffing it, making the sound so they hear him in his presence.
Okay. Give me 1 minute. I thought I had this guy's picture saved. Guess not. All right, I'm gonna find this picture real quick so you can see who you're talking to. Gotcha. I cannot find that picture again. I'm gonna have to go with something new this time.
No problem.
All right. I'm gonna put it into the side chat so you can see the link. Go take a look there.
Okay.
He will put down what he's smoking and he will walk over to you and he will say, "Dark night to you, brother. What brings you here?"
Oh, dark night to you too, brother. I'm just here to get to know my fellow brothers and sisters and our good Dark Lord. Kind of new to the city, so I'm going to make the introductions. Say hello.
Well, that's very polite of you. I am Bishop Maximilian Ductus of the Vine of Orianus. Would you care for something to drink? And he will motion to one of the other guys who looks very ordinary. Did I give you Cainite lore at all? I know I gave you Cainite lore. I couldn't remember how much.
Yes. Two or one.
Okay. You know enough with Cainite lore to know that when somebody looks very, very bland, they're using a level of obfuscate to make themselves look different.
Harold would regard the gentleman with a polite nod. But he'll turn back to the bishop. Oh, well, forgive me. Did not know I was standing in the presence of excellence. Uh, Thank you for your offer. However, I require fresh kill in order to.
Oh, that won't be a problem. He'll push out. The guy will tap out something, and he'll hand it to you. And it smells like blood, but it moves. It also smells like wine, and it moves very loosely. Go on, take a sip.
He'll take the cup. He'll swish it around, sniff it, and he'll take a sip from it.
You find that your particular clan weakness is not affected by this particular beverage. It tastes like blood wine.
Mmm. This is good. Thank you, sir.
It is one of the particular concoctions of my pack. The vine of Orianus grows everywhere. You may find, if you are a smoker of smokables, you might find the bloodweed to be interesting as well.
It's been a long time since I've had some of that. Maybe I'll take you up on your offer, but if you don't mind, I'll pass tonight, sir. Thank you.
He'll nod his head. We can be found in many places, and he'll pass you a card with his contact information on it.
Take the card, we'll look at it, and note with it, and put it in his pocket.
So I assume by your particular taste that you're a member of the Salubriant Attribute.
That would be correct, sir.
I've come across quite a few of your kind recently. It seems that you are taking back what was stolen from you. How very righteous and noble.
Well, I'm still young and learning the history of my august bloodline. However, I am no stranger to the idea of vendettas and revenge.
Yes, I understand as well. I'm a member of the Pander movement, and for a long time our kind were persecuted for being weak, for being less than Cainites, and now we are making our stake again.
The bishop will notice a slight smile creep over Harold's face. I have spent many years as a human. I come from a time and I understand about persecution just for being different.
He'll nod his head. I am sorry you went through that. If you had been found sooner and brought to the blood sooner, perhaps you wouldn't have had to spend so much time suffering as you did.
Well,
but that is... Oh, sorry. You go.
I'm sorry. No, he just says, well, suffering makes us stronger. It doesn't kill us.
It is through the blood of our Father that we grow in strength, that we become more than what we were. Our chains are set when we are born, and they are broken when we are freed from them.
I do. I can tell you with great honesty, when my sire offered me the chance at this power to join our august family, I did not flinch. I saw it as a gift and I took it as so.
Your sire chose very well. There have been a few incidents lately that have made us question some of those that have been made true. I'm glad I did not see that need in you.
Well, thank you. I do have some experience with reaffirming morale. Is there any way I can lend a hand?
Not as of yet. We have only 3 established packs within the city, and there are a few horsemen as well. I'm sure you'll find your place soon enough. If you want to talk to, there's myself and he'll motion to the group, my Vine of Orianus. There's Bishop Sophia Alonso of the Toreador Antitribute, and she walks with the Darkness Hand, a pack out of Hong Kong that has gone through quite a lot. Oh, and we also have a pack in the city that calls themselves the Descending Angels. Apparently, they were the original Descending Angels are all dead, except for one. So we'll see if these people are able to harness the same energy that the original Descending Angels were able to.
See, I do have some personal familiarity with the Asian culture. I can speak Chinese. If ever you need an interpreter.
Oh no, the Darkness Hand all speak other languages besides Chinese. It's just that they were stuck in Hong Kong for some unknown reason that they don't talk about.
I can understand. There is something that I did come across that I think maybe Your Excellency would care to know. The other night, there was this businessman from some company called Pentex. Never heard of them myself. They had handed out these energy drinks that's fashionable amongst the youth these days. It seemed to alter the chemistry, the body chemistry of the people that imbibed it. I had ran across some woman that I made pleasantries with. And as the gifts of blood that are bestowed upon me through Cain, I was able to discern the nature of her vitalities. There was something not quite right about what she had imbibed. I felt as though whatever she drank that was provided by this company, it was just as much a drug and instilled the same type of euphoria that our blood bestows upon mortals who we bequeath it.
Interesting. If you could procure a sample of this, mine of the Vine of Orianus are skilled in working with different types of sciences. As you can tell by our concoctions, we're quite good at it. Maybe we can discern what's going on with this energy drink.
Very well. I think that can be easily arranged. I'll even try to bring you a blood sample of someone who has imbibed it. This way you can reference and examine the effects on the
That would be
system of the people.
appreciated. Just do not do anything that would cause the gaze of those above to notice us. We
Of
don't have
course,
the, as I was going to say, we don't have the luxury of pinning it on the puppets anymore, since our glorious Cardinal Dominic butchered them all and sent them running for the hills.
I understand. We exist in shadow and we exist in secret.
Though we do, it is also wise to remember that the best way to hide is in plain sight. I'm sure you can understand the wisdom of that as well. It's just that
Oh,
our Archbishop Xantosa is a very passionate and very busy woman. She does not like being called out for no reason, as well as Priscus Claudius. He's in a monastery somewhere, making sure that the attentions of hunters don't get too close.
I
A waste of
understand.
a Priscus, in my opinion, but I'm not one to question the word of Cardinal Dominic. After all, he is going to be the next regent.
I see. Well, of course, anything to make sure our revered brethren that prove themselves worthy to lead, we don't want to disturb them.
Of course. He'll hand you another little card. It's got the information for Bishop Alonso. This way, in case you can't get in touch with me, you can get in touch with the bishop. I will let her know of your existence so that she does not destroy anything. She has the passions of her human blood and the tastes of her canine blood, if you understand what I mean.
I think I understand. I'm a self-made man that's used to, well, I served in an army most of my young life, and here I am in another army again. I don't lack for initiative, but I do prefer
That's
being
good to know.
handled. Yes. So, if there is ever a thing I can do for you, or if you happen to run across these bishops before I do, please let them know that I would be glad to be issued some kind of standing order so I know how I can make myself useful. I get
Well,
bored
it is
easily.
something we will consider. One thing that when you were at this meeting, did you happen to notice another of our blood there? One
Oh,
that may have been
yes.
escorted away by people with guns.
Yes. A young, well, he looked young. A young gentleman, I believe his name was Vesuvius Cross.
Vicious, yes.
Vesuvius.
Can you tell me what was going on that led to his incarceration?
Well, there I was standing in the park doing some Tai Chi, and some of these, what they call themselves, something of the spear something. Gentlemen,
Spearhead PMC?
that's it, yes. These
I've
gentlemen
heard.
were they were heavily armed and armored. They took notice of him. I didn't see where and what he was doing, but when I noticed, they questioned him and they had led them into a tent that was on the premises at the time. I overheard the conversation, and it seemed that the business gentleman who had organized the event and who had produced these drinks, seemed to have foreknowledge of Vicious' nature as he asked him, what was he? But he did go on to explain that he detected he was, well, of a dead nature, that he had no heartbeat, that he had a low body temperature. Seemed he already knew what he was.
It seems that I do need to bother the Archbishop with this then. I'm
I'm sorry,
kind
was
of
that a
curious. What?
I'm sorry, was that a question you asked Harold?
No, no. He said that out loud. He said, "It seems I do need to bother the Archbishop after all." Did you notice if he was able to get away on his own?
Yes, he did get away on his own. He did not confirm anything for the gentleman, and he just said that he would like to go. The gentleman let him go.
If there are creatures here that are not mortals, that are aware of our existence, and this word gets back to the Cardinal Dominic, he may personally leave behind the battlefield of Ulster and come back here. And he may not differentiate between brothers of the sword and things that need to be exterminated.
A scorched earth policy.
Yes, I don't know if you've been following us since we left County Clare, but he's been doing that sort of thing since. We talked him out of completely scorching Dublin, as it did not. We felt that it was easier to leave behind a contingent to ferret out and eviscerate what was left of the puppets. But if traces of our existence are being found by mortal authorities, that is something that cannot stand.
Indeed. What do you think our approach should be in a proactive sense? Are these
Well,
people we should?
the first step is always digital containment, which there are brothers of the Nosferatu that are sworn to the sword that can be trusted with this. It will also come down to how much these people know and how we can best remove that knowledge. Members of the Clan of Shadows, members of the Clan of the Fiends, as well as anybody who can evoke emotional or mental command to wipe this knowledge out. Of course, if all else fails, nothing says loving like a boot party.
Yes, I've been a part of one of those in my time.
Well, I will speak to the Archbishop, and I will let you know. So you know, there are Camarilla presences in the city that we are trying to eliminate. They're minor ones, but I will let you and the others know what you can do to assist in this matter. There are independent presences in the city as well. The Giovanni have been working under the radar, so to speak, on the warehouse district, and somebody just kicked their anthill over. Not one of us, obviously. Some morons that work for the Yakuza. That should be fun. Oh, and there's a Masonic temple out in the outskirts that I'm relatively sure belongs to the Setites. So don't go there if you're not prepared to handle it.
Understood. So I suppose our policy with these independents are non-engagement for now.
Correct. They are allowed entrance to this Elysium, as everyone is. Elysium is something that predates the Jihad. So, of course, anybody is welcome, even a Camarilla fuck. But those Camarilla fucks will not live long once they return home.
I see. There was a... Though I live for battle, I do understand that every army needs to be funded properly. I do have much experience in the underground world, in the vice markets. So, as we say, well, back in where I'm from, not to step on anyone's dick. Do you know where I might be able to extend, in the name of Cain and the sword, our influences that wouldn't disrupt anyone else's business?
You're going to want to talk to probably the abbots of each pact, or any horseman that might have some form of moral influence. Our influence and emotion to his pack primarily fall in the realm of high society. With some dabbling in the occult, you never know what you find out there that needs to be hidden from the children of Seth. But primarily high society, getting things passed around. You shouldn't have too many issues stepping on dicks, except maybe the Giovannis. Because if you're working with the underworld, the Giovannis like to think they have the biggest dick to whop around. And that Punta that they've got running things, I swear she's got a dick bigger than our Archbishop's.
Well, I guess we'll see you someday if he's circumcised.
Archbishop Frederica Zentosa is not circumcised, and she has 4 of them. She's of the fiends.
Harold actually lowers his glasses to look at you like, seriously?
Okay. He just follows it up with, she's a Zamise. As if that explains.
That question. Oh, that answers that question.
Anyway, if there's anything I can do to be of assistance, I do keep my ears on the streets, as well as try to maintain the appropriate knowledge of where and when things are. I've tried to keep people from stepping in too many toes, stepping on too many toes, putting their fingers in too many pies. This Black Dragon of the 10,000 Hands, or whatever they're called, whatever Evan put up in the rumors about the warehouse district, I'm sure they're to do with this whole underground fighting ring I've been hearing about.
Don't say. I used to do some of that myself. back in
Well,
Vietnam.
we could do a Human Gladiators event, but I don't know where to score that much PCP. I would like to get some people involved in a game of Instinct soon. If we get this Vicious, when we talk to him about what happened, we may soon have a subject for a rat race. I think that could be fun.
Well, count me in. I live to push myself further.
He'll nod his head. If there's anything else you need, just let me know. I am probably the most accessible of the bishops, primarily because the Darkness Hand likes to hunt a lot.
See, well, I suppose the best way you could help me is in a way that I could help you. I have a lot of experience with technological know-how and crafting things. It's a hobby of mine, but I am missing a set of tools that would make it easy for me to fabricate certain things that maybe on a case-by-case basis certain members use.
Well, depending upon the type of tool you need, I shouldn't have a problem finding something for you.
Oh, ain't nothing expensive. Things you can find in Home Depot, or maybe like a machinist shop, for example.
One thing I will stress is maintaining appearances for the mundanes. They're very particular about weapons. So
Yes.
don't go walking around strapped. I don't know how many people I have to tell this to, but there's very strict gun laws in Dublin, Ireland. This is in America, where everybody gets a 10-piece and a biscuit and a 45 when walking out of KFC.
Oh, of course, of course. A man should be taught how to fight with his bare hands, and well, maybe a gauntlet, or a little bit of improvised armor to,
He'll
balance
just
things.
smile. You would get along very well with Bishop Alonzo. She is very much attuned to using her hands and the strength of Cain's blood, of course. I've never met a Toreador before with that much potence. It's scary.
Well, I do hope that I could meet with each of your excellencies to make myself known and to serve the Sword of Cain faithfully.
Well, you shouldn't have any problems meeting Bishop Alonzo at some point. The Archbishop and the Princess are a different matter. Usually they only come out when there's something major or there's a major event, like Palo Grande or something similar.
Good. That's good. Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Harold was going to say, and I do specialize in training. I've been an instructor in combat myself. I always thought that it might be wise if other brothers and sisters would train their ghouls in these arts. This way to better protect them. Rises, if anybody would like, they are welcome to come to my abode, and I would gladly train them.
He'll just kind of smile at that. Well, there's definitely something that you can put out there to the rest of the Brotherhood and Sisterhood of the Sword. Most of these people, though, they don't keep ghouls for very long.
Well, understandable. But if they're going to die, best to die fighting well.
Yes, best to die fighting instead of at the fangs of your master.
Exactly.
Well, here, let me pack you a parting gift. He'll pull out a thermos and he'll put some more of the wine into it, cork it up for you. Then he'll hand you a baggie with 3 blunts in it. Just in case you decide you need to relax later.
He'll take it. Well, thank you. I do appreciate this. And though I am young and my gifts are limited, if there is at any time I could provide some triage, well, soon and in great haste, and I will provide it.
I said, thank you. If we should come across one of those puppets, little strongholds that they're holding in here, your expertise will be more than welcome.
Good to know.
Have a pleasant evening.
You as well, Your Excellency. And Harold will do one of those respectful bows in martial arts fashion.
He will respond with a salute. And I'll go ahead and stop here.